Hey, what's up guys, YouTube here, back with another video. So today we're going to be talking about one of the overlook cards, I believe, which could actually help you out very much in this format. And that card is Pestilence. It is a spell from Duel's Revolution, one of the older sets, the one with Scrap Dragon in it, which is why I thought it was so awesome, including Solemn Warning, Ball of Duality, Effect Failure, and other stuff like that. Nevertheless, it is only a common, so it's really easy to get your hands on. And it's a very, very simple card, and that is why I like it. Simple cards, in my opinion, are the best cards, and they're the ones that people will forget about over time. So basically, as it says here, equip only to a warrior, beast warrior, or spellcaster type monster. Its attack becomes 0, and during each of your standby phases, inflict 500 damage to the controller of the equipped monster. More than likely, however, you are going to destroy the monster during that turn, and if you don't, then you can leave it there, and your opponent, the monster essentially won't be able to do anything. They're probably going to have to overlay with it if they want to get rid of the monster. But as I said, they're probably going to get rid of it as soon as possible. So it is very, very good against the likes of Fire Fists, Fire Kings, any deck that revolves around Beast Warriors such as Gladiator Beasts as well, at least in modern times, because they can all search it with Tenki and so forth. Obviously, the Spellcaster matchup is against the likes of Prophecies, which are going to be, more and more tier, if you can use tier as an adjective, in the coming months, because of the Divine Judgment spellbook that will be released soon. But as we know, the deck is already pretty good right now, and it revolves heavily around having High Priestess of Prophecy, Big Eye, and other monsters that are in fact spellcasters on their side of the field. So if you can equip this card to it, reduce its attack to 0, attack over the priestess, deal some damage, you could actually go for game. And I know it's, not the first choice that would be in everyone's heads when they're siding against a deck. If you're siding against warriors, you can use cards. I believe there's a spell card that just destroys all warriors on the field. And stuff like that. So you're obviously looking for cards that do more than a 1-for-1. Nevertheless, Pestilence technically it is a -1, but it's still one of those cards that can enable you to get over stuff that's pretty annoying for you. If your opponent has a lot of back row and you activate Pestilence, they might have to waste an MST on it. Even if they don't waste an MST on it, the monster is going to be vulnerable. So they're basically going to have to try and get rid of the monster as soon as possible. So it's one of those cards that kind of forces your opponent into making certain plays if you don't manage to get rid of the monster that turn. And in that sense, you can kind of control the duel. So even though it is -1 when you first activate it, the damage you deal, as well as the other monsters on the field that you have attacking directly, for example, might actually be enough for game. Or it might be enough if your opponent manages to stop the attack to get them to do something that they might not want to do necessarily. So that's why I think Pestilence is one of those useful cards that people don't really think about. Might be worth one side deck spot, and I'll leave it up to you guys to think about that. Anyway guys, that's it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe as always. The reason I haven't done many videos of late is basically because I don't think there's a lot happening in the format right now. Since there hasn't been a YCS, and since the decks that are topping regionals all seem to be different, and the format in that sense is fairly balanced, I didn't really see any deck kind of floating to the surface that was worthy of my interest. However, I will be making more videos soon regarding the Evil Swarms and stuff that's coming up in the future, Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy cards, and Judgment of the Light cards, so stay tuned for that.